Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Saw this article floating around the last 24 hours or so talking about David Cutcliffe possibly ending up at Texas in some type of analyst off the field position. Wanted to take a look at that. Not a lot going on at Tennessee right now, but David Cutcliffe is a guy, most of the people in our fan base love David Cutcliffe. He helped lead Tennessee to 2 SEC championships, also to a national championship. He's known for his work with Heath Schuler, obviously the Manning brothers as well. Honestly, back when some of the coaching searches with Tennessee, I always kind of in the back of my mind hoped that David Cutcliffe would have got an opportunity to come back home, be the head coach at Tennessee. I don't know if that was just nostalgia. I don't know if that would have really worked out. We saw what happened when Philip Fulmer came back as the athletic director, got suckered into that one as well. But we're going to take a look at this article. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's free, it's quick, it's easy. It helps the channel, so you can hit that thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We're going to do a live watch party Wednesday night for the Tennessee basketball game. And then also Thursday, going to fire back up the NCAA 2013 Dynasty Mode. It's going to be a Let's Play series, but I want you guys to come along for the ride. We're going to hang out, talk all things Tennessee athletics while we play a little NCAA. But let's go ahead and jump into the article here. This is from 24/7 Sports. It says, good possibility that Texas brings aboard former Duke coach David Cutcliffe. It says here there's a good possibility, in quotations. Former Duke head coach David Cutcliffe joins Texas staff in an off-field capacity, a source tells 24/7 Sports. Now, the first thing when I hear that is I immediately think Alabama and their off-field analysts. I mean, we've seen guys, Steve Sarkisian, Mike Loxley, Butch Jones, Chris Winkie, Mike Stoops, Major Applewhite. Seen so many guys, Charlie Strong, come along and serve in these off-field analyst type positions, and it sounds like that's what they're talking about here with David Cutcliffe. The reason I take a look at this and talk about it, number one, it's David Cutcliffe, but number two, we've seen that Tennessee wants to add more in the world of recruiting. We saw the recent hiring of High from North Carolina, and that's Josh Heupel has made it clear he needs more bodies. And when you look at Alabama and what these off-field analysts do, there is only so much time in a day, and when you get 10 on-field coaches, those guys are responsible for practice, they're responsible for recruiting, but you've also got so many bells and whistles in the world of recruiting in 2022. We spend so much time now talking about the transfer portal. Over the last 2 years, it seems to consume all of the college football world. Well, somebody has to be watching that game film. Somebody has to be breaking down opposing teams. There are so many, again, bells and whistles that go on. These off-the-field analysts, they can watch practice film. They can help put together game plans. There is just so much value to your football program with these type of positions. But the question for me is, could Tennessee do that? Could Tennessee look to add some of these off-field analyst positions? But also on the flip side, we've seen Nick Saban kind of turn this into almost a rehabilitation program where guys like Butch Jones go and try to rebuild their name, rebuild their brand, and then go back out and find a head coaching job somewhere. So could Tennessee offer that, or would it take more money? I mean, we saw Butch Jones, I think he was making like $35,000 per year to go work under Nick Saban. Who would want to do that at Tennessee? Is that an option? Is it a possibility? The article goes on to say the 67-year-old Cutcliffe retired from Duke on November the 28th following a 14-year run as the program's head coach. If Cutcliffe does join the Longhorn staff, would likely be in a role as senior offensive analyst. Best known for his quarterback development, Cutcliffe has produced a quartet of first-round quarterbacks in his career. The list includes Peyton and Eli Manning. He was Peyton's offensive coordinator and Eli's head coach. So now where does this clearly go? Where is this going to take a turn? Why would Texas want to bring David Cutcliffe as an off-the-field analyst? Well, here's the connection. would give Texas a huge bump with Peyton and Eli's nephew, Arch Manning. We all know the relationship that David Cutcliffe has with the Manning family. He's the #1 recruit in the 2023 class. He visited Texas last June. The Longhorns are in the thick of it for Arch, along with Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss, according to 24/7 Sports Recruiting. It says Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian has been aggressive in adding experience to his staff this offseason. Last month, Texas announced longtime TCU head coach Gary Patterson would join the Longhorns as a special assistant to the head coach. So again, we are seeing Steve Sarkisian, who learned under the learning tree of Nick Saban. Now he's at Texas. He's got all that money, and he's kind of doing the same thing. We're seeing him bring in Gary Patterson, looking to bring in David Cutcliffe. Those two combined would have 43 years of head coaching experience. Says Cutcliffe is responsible for the 2 winningest seasons in Blue Devils history. He's the only Duke head coach since 1960 to have Duke ranked in a postseason AP poll. And yeah, it doesn't really matter, apples to oranges, but going back, would have been fun to see what David Cutcliffe could have done at the University of Tennessee. So now the question is, how does this impact Arch Manning? If David Cutcliffe does end up in Texas, is that relationship with Arch Manning, is that enough to pull him to Texas? Saw just recently Arch Manning has named his Final Four. He's got Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Texas. So what is the landscape? What is the world of recruiting in 2022? What is the priority? You know, in previous years, we would have seen Alabama clearly pull it. It would have been Alabama or Georgia. That would have been the two. Maybe he wants to go play for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, follow in his grandfather's footsteps. Is this going to come down to a bidding war? I think I saw somewhere projected that Arch Manning could possibly pull in $6 to $8 million as a true freshman in NIL deals. Who's got that money? Where are all signs indicating that big money is coming from? It is the state of Texas. It's oil money. Are they going to buy Arch Manning? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Number 1, thoughts on David Cutcliffe going to Texas. Think it's a possibility? You know, when I first heard it, when I first saw the article, the reason I didn't drop the video immediately, kind of doubted it. I was kind of like, I just, it seems to me like David Cutcliffe was ready to ride off into the sunset and call it a career. But maybe, just maybe, that last name Manning sparks a little bit of interest and a little bit of fire for David Cutcliffe to go serve in probably a less stressful job as an off-the-field analyst. How much can he really impact Arch Manning's recruitment as an off-the-field coach? It's not like they're going to have this big relationship. He's not going to be on the practice field with him. But hit that comment section. Let me know. Also, I want you guys, let's have an open conversation in the comment section. Could Tennessee possibly add these type of positions? Could they possibly sway any type of head coach? A guy like Patterson, could he end up in Tennessee if the money's right or the fit is right? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. If you have not done so yet, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/TalkinVAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Again, that is bonfire.com/store/TalkinVAWLS. The links to all that is in the description below. Again, quick reminder, live tomorrow night, Wednesday night, for the basketball watch party. All three of us, myself, Dauber, and the Indy Kid, will be hanging out watching the basketball game. And then Thursday night, the NCAA 2013 Dynasty rolls on. Video games aren't your thing. I totally get it. I understand it's not just about the video game. It's about the hangout. It's about the chat. It's about the communication. A lot of fun hanging out with you guys last week, so looking to do that again this coming Thursday night. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and